Hi YouTube, welcome back. Well, I planted my broccoli and cauliflower, but I made a mistake. I didn't put them close enough to my lights when they first came up. And now they're leggy. So I'm going to show you how to fix those leggy seedlings. Let's get started. Alright, the first thing we're going to try and do is tease out your seedling. I don't have enough extra room in this cup to bury it more, and that would kind of mess up the results for the experiment that these are a part of. So you're going to try and get around them and lift them up. Now these only germinated about a week ago. This one was the first one that came up, so it is the longest and the worst off. Now that we got that out, I'm going to make a nice deep hole. Now we're just going to drop it down gently. Try not to break any of the root system until the leaves are really close to the soil line. And then fill it back in, press it in. I'm going in with the pencil pretty far out and trying to lift up from underneath while holding the stem very gently. Knocking some of the soil off. Voila! Nice deep hole. That's about the width of a nickel. Enough to get it down there without too much trouble. And I'm not pressing on the stem to push it down. I'm just pressing on the soil around it. Now, so far these have been pretty easy to tease out. These are all the ones in the seed starting mix. Hopefully the ones in the potting mix will be just as easy. Well, I felt something break on that one. There's still a good bit of root there, so it should be all right. I felt that one break too, but again, there's still a good bit of the root on there. That one didn't need it as much. It's one of the later bloomers. It's easier to do this when they're smaller because the roots aren't as extensive yet. That one has a big clump of soil attached to it, so make our hole a little bit wider. Drop it in. Now we're going to do one with the potting soil. See if this is any easier. It does feel a little bit more compacted, but it still came up fairly easily. Made my hole a little too big, so if you make the hole a little too big and it wants to fall down too deep, just hold on to the stem while you fill in around it. can also hold the leaf. Some people will actually say to hold the leaf and not the stem. But usually when I try that, I rip the leaf off. Usually when I hold on to the stem, I'm alright. You might have to try both. I did water these yesterday. It does make it a little bit easier when they're nice and moist. That one's not real long, so don't go too deep on that one. Holding the stem because I made the hole too deep anyway. Move on to the cauliflower. These aren't real bad. But since the broccoli was so much taller, I had the light up so that the broccoli wasn't touching the light. Even though these were lower, they started to get a little bit leggy, trying to catch up to where the light is for the broccoli. If you have the room in your container to just add more soil, that would be the best option. But I don't have that kind of room. I think I'm going to leave that. Here's one with seed starting mix. Or no, here's one with potting soil. They're definitely easier with the seed starting mix. Try not to pinch the stems. I think that's why they say to hold on to the leaves instead. That's why I'm being very gentle. Just kind of barely holding on to them. And I think that one we will leave alone. Maybe just scoot some of this soil closer to the stem. Well, we're all done. It's that simple. Of course, the best option to fix leggy seedlings is to not have them at all. Make sure you put your lights about 2 inches above where your plants are. Some plants will get leggy for other reasons. Cool weather crops, if they're too warm, can get leggy. Last year, I made the mistake of having my lettuce too close to my heat mat for my peppers, and it made them leggy, and it had nothing to do with the light. And some sources on the internet say that too much nitrogen will also make them leggy. So if you have leggy seedlings, look at your situation and try and figure out what the cause is. I hope this has helped you in fixing your leggy seedlings. So good luck with all your seed starts, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. And remember, life's an adventure. Thanks for joining me in mine. God bless.